and edited by Tavis Smiley, climbed to #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list and stayed there for weeks. The first book by a black-owned publisher to achieve such a feat. The urgency of the issues that matter most to black fellow citizens has only intensified, especially in this critical election year. On Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m., come meet Tavis Smiley alongside Covenant contributors including Cornel West, Connie Rice, Mark Ridley Thomas, Elisa Orduna, Tyrone Howard, and Melina Abdullah as they sign copies of The Covenant with Black America 20 years later. You can purchase your books on site and get them autographed. That's Wednesday evening, August 14th, 6 to 9 p.m. in the city of Los Angeles. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
I'm Tavis Smiley. Glad to have you hanging out with us in this hour. And in this hour, as promised, Saturday Night Live alum, Emmy Award-winning comedian, actor, and rapper Chris Redd joins us live in studio as part of the summer-long celebration of SNL's 50th anniversary. Believe it or not, we will also talk about Chris's Netflix show, Resurrected Rides, and whatever else Chris Redd wants to talk about now that he's here. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How you feeling, bro?
Man, if I complained, I'd be an ingrate. I am doing remarkably well, all things considered. I'm delighted to have you back in studio again for another conversation. You've been good, though.
I've been good, man.
Yeah.
You know, just been hustling.
Yeah,
Been hustling.
You can leave that necklace here when you.
Everybody want me to leave it. I got to keep it just in case another strike pop off, because I'm running out of savings, my brother. I'm gonna be sliding up to the pawn shop real quick, playing the SNL music.
For those who are watching us right now, if you're listening live, you see what I'm talking about. Chris has got this necklace is all that, and I would love to claim that, but I ain't gonna steal it from you. But
hey, man, Tavis, we know you got money, man. You ain't gotta sit here act like you ain't got no money.
Man, I'm on black radio, man. You know, so need I say more? I'm on black radio. Anyway, let me start big. We'll work our way through. You got so much going on, and you've done so much since your time on SNL. But 50 years, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah, man. I was only there for 5 of them, but
yeah.
It's a big legacy, man. I'm sure they're gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's a long time.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to compare this to.
Nah.
A TV show that runs for 50 consecutive years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And every year was just as good as the last.
No, yeah, exactly.
But no, man, it's unprecedented. Obviously, it's a huge accomplishment to do that show for that long. I don't know how they did it. You know what I mean? I mean, they switched up people all the time, but
Sure.
but it's like what a rigorous schedule to be doing for 50 years.
Yeah.
I think Lorne Michaels is nothing short of a superhero in that regard to be able to do that for that long.
When you look back on your 5 years, I don't need to color this much more than that. We'll talk to a number of people over the summer who have had their turn on SNL.
And are still getting paid, so they probably got better stuff to say.
when you look,
they don't pay me no more, niggas. I can't.
Yeah, I got you. When you look back on your 5-year stint, just tell me what you think and whether or not it was worth it, career-wise.
Career-wise, it was definitely worth it.
Right.
It sharpened up a lot of skill sets. It gave me an appreciation for some creative outlets like impressions and certain things that I didn't really know I even had like a knack for in that way or any interest in. I always liked making characters that were from my life or just from my head, just from my imagination. But like there is a certain level of appreciation I have for impressions now that I didn't have before, and I was able to push myself in certain ways, and to know that I could be in a place like that I was relatively, not uncomfortable with the people or nothing like that, but it was a situation in which you got, you have your black voice and you're trying to fight for it throughout in this void, in this very very controlled environment, and to be able to shine sometimes in that was it did a lot for as far as my confidence creatively, you know what I mean? And it just makes you a beast because you're able to work on your producing side of things. You're able to you're in the editing. You're a part of making a show every week. So yeah, it's great, and also to be able to see something in culture and be like, yo, I got a joke about this, and be able to say that joke on Saturday, and it immediately is in the ethers. It's in the culture. It's just a great way to have instant reactions to things. After I got off the show, I've been able to work with people because of that show that I've always wanted to work with, which is great. But the slowness it takes to create something, I do miss the speed,
the quick fast response.
Yeah,
the rapid response.
Yeah, having an idea Monday and seeing it full out on Saturday is a very rare thing that you don't get a lot of.
You said a few things now that I want to sort of unpack as we move through this hour. Let me start this right quick. Watching my clock, we can start this and continue when we come forward. You mentioned the characters, and you weren't even sure before you got to SNL that you had that as part of your repertoire, part of your skill set. Do you have, looking back on it, a fave Chris Redd character?
Characters I've always done.
Yeah.
It's impressions of people that exist.
Right.
I wasn't doing much of, and I didn't really like
Fair
it
enough.
at first.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I have my Stephen A. Smith. I really like a lot. That's such a fun character. It makes it better because Stephen A. himself likes it.
Yeah.
And has fun with it and knows how to take a joke. So it's always better when the person is cool and understands how to take jokes. It just makes you cooler. You know what I mean? I did love doing Kanye. I know he didn't like it, but I did.
So you like Stephen A. and Stephen A. liked it.
Yeah.
You like Kanye, but Kanye didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I also tried to give Kanye my demo when I was 12.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah. And which is fair, but I was mad then. So it was full circle for me. I got to make fun of you, man. But he's still rich. He's fine. He's doing okay.
Yeah, Kanye gonna be all right.
He gonna be all right.
There you go. Our guest in this hour is SNL alum Chris Redd. But Chris has done so much since SNL. But a couple more things I want to ask him just about that he mentioned a moment ago, and we'll talk about the rest of his corpus, his body of work. Pleased to have Chris Redd right now on Tavis Smiley.
This is getting good.
Yeah, man.
Tavis Smiley continues when we come forward.
Make a move into a home of your own. With City National Bank's Ladder Up Home Loan Grant, you could receive up to $20,000 that you never need to pay back. Use it toward your down payment, save on closing costs, or to buy down your mortgage rate. Find out more at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Property must be in a qualifying market in California, New York, or New Jersey. Additional terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Terms are subject to change without notice. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 536994.
Securing your firearms protects lives. Pick up your free gun safety lock at select LA County libraries and hospitals. Learn more about other gun safety measures you can take to keep our families and communities safe. Visit lacountygunsafety.org or call 1-833-540-0473 for more resources on gun safety. Together, we can save lives.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ugh, I've been feeling so sluggish and just kind of blah.
Been there. That's why I take Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites.
But I suppose they taste blah.
Actually, they taste delicious. It's an apple blueberry flavored center covered in a yogurt coating and is infused with probiotics to help support a healthy gut. They come 5 in a pouch. I just toss one in my bag and go.
Toss one in my bag?
Get your own.
New Align yogurt-coated probiotic fruit bites from the makers of the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Find them in the digestive care aisle.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Smart talk for curious people just like you. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
Tavis Smiley, an Emmy winner, actor, writer, comedian, rapper, Chris Redd, who I'm pleased to have in studio. I did not know that you tried to give Kanye a mixtape and he told you, nah, man, get out of my face.
He didn't say no. He didn't say get my face. He did say no though, and it hurt my feelings. And then Common was with him, and Common had taken the CD. Now, me and Common have worked on SNL together, and I told him this story.
Right.
That was another one of my little full circle moments on SNL. Was like, and Common's mad cool.
Yeah.
Like, we've kicked it since then. But I told him this story because I've always wanted to tell somebody in that camp the story.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to tell Ye, but his vibe wasn't conversational.
Yeah.
So I told Common, and Common you could tell he's a real good friend. He was like, that back then he was just blowing up. He was getting a lot of tapes. He couldn't take tapes from nobody. And I was like, all right, Common, you're a good friend.
Yeah.
I just think he didn't want to take my demo tape.
Yeah.
That's what it was. But it's just a fun story for me.
You said two things earlier about your 5 years on SNL. In case you just tuned in, we're talking to Chris Redd for a number of reasons. All the stuff he has going on. We'll get to his Netflix stuff in a second here. But this is the 50th anniversary, believe it or not, 50 years of SNL. And so we're talking to a number of people who've had their chance on that stage over these 50 years. And so I'm pleased to have Chris Redd in today, again, as we celebrate all summer long 50 years of SNL, Saturday Night Live on NBC. And as Chris said earlier, Lorne Michaels is some kind of superhero, because anybody that can get a TV show on the air 50 years. And we made a joke earlier, it ain't been good all 50 years.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? And you pick your years.
I'm not sure it's been good most of those 50 years.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
Travis out here with the hot takes.
No.
He out here with the hot takes. Now, there was some years that was like no black people on there.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't a huge fan of them years.
Yeah.
The Eddie years are what made me want to be on the show.
Yeah.
Then you got the Will Ferrell years, and like you got the prime, the golden years. Is what I guess most people call them. And I think now it's still good. I think it's still good. I think there's times where again, I have a lot of friends on there, so I know they're hilarious and they're doing what they.
It ebbs and flows though. It ebbs
that's
and flows.
what the show is. It's a variety show that's supposed to ebb and flow in that way. Sometimes you got there's so many moving parts to it too. So sometimes you got a show that's like, damn, everything was fire.
My sense is you were there 5 years and you're an actor and I'm not. But let me just try this out on you. My sense is, watching it over the years, that there are, of course, always ebbs and flows, but those ebbs and flows oftentimes, again, the way I see it, have to do with what's happening in the culture. So that if there's something in the culture that they grab a hold to that really works, then for the next 2 or 3 years, it's a hit show. When Donald Trump shows up, and Alec Baldwin is playing the Donald Trump character, it just works. When Tina Fey is doing Sarah Palin, it just works. We do this all day long. You take my point, though. Sometimes I think what makes any particular season of SNL work or worth watching every week is that we're in this moment where there's something going on in the culture that they can parody that everybody wants to see.
Well, there is something. There's something to that. It's really about. What it comes down to is hitting a moment that resonates with the most people possible.
Right.
The easiest way for the show to do that is politics.
Right.
Because that's something that affects all of us.
Makes sense.
But there could be you could be writing a sketch about running through an airport, and if everybody's feeling that right then in the culture, then that's gonna pop too.
Right.
It's just about what resonates the most, and who can have the finger on the pulse and tell the right jokes that resonate with the most people.
Right.
I think what you're saying as far as culture is concerned, it does. Like when you have Trump, so you have ridiculous things going on. And it does. There's a lot of fodder for that. But right now, what we deal with is the internet and the fact that there are people who are creating way faster than the show can.
Yeah.
So you have to out create and to have a different angle on things. So when you do it, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And when you miss the mark, most people have seen a better joke 5 days before you even were able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So it's like you're just battling different elements of things, but you're trying to reach the same goal of trying to resonate with the most people with something that you feel strongly about. You know what I mean? And I think the show does, and because it's live and because there's only 5 days to get it together, that's why there's the ebb and flow. It's like you're not gonna hit 100% every time. You know what I mean? That's just impossible to do.
You mentioned Eddie Murphy earlier, and it was the Eddie years that made you want to be on SNL.
Absolutely.
As a young comedian, tell me what you saw, what you were feeling, how you were inspired, motivated watching Eddie.
For me, it was the fact that improv and sketch felt like a white thing, and to see a young black comic come in there and just fire things up with takes and angles that were unapologetically black. James Brown hot tub. You got, what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, I want to do that. I want to be able to navigate and learn these skill sets and learn like navigate through this world and be able to be successful in that, and also make my thing for my people in our culture as well, and just have more black people watch the show. I loved how he brought black audiences to watch that show, and that was like one of the big things that I wanted to do. I don't know if we did it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we would write like something that was just all black cast members, and people just still thought there was white people writing for us. It was like, no, we wrote this so it was be the black part of the white show, man. You know what I mean? So because that's the thing about the show is like people have their takes on what SNL is. So they're gonna some people are gonna assume it's a part of the agenda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember I made a joke that black people couldn't get COVID, and I made that joke. At the time, there was only white people on a boat on a cruise ship that had COVID. So I was like, "Yeah, we don't get it. That's a white thing, you know." And then it hit our communities. Very tough. And I was like, whoop, that didn't age well at all. And then I saw Twitter threads of just like, he's a part of the system.
Yeah.
He's a part of the Illuminati. And I'm like, am I? Because my bank account does not suggest that at all. I don't know who I'm working for, but they not paying me well. So it's just, people think SNL is like they have their own versions of it. I've never been on a show that was so loved, so hated, so everything. It just like brings up all these emotions with people.
You raised this a couple times. I want to go to this. And that is the black part of this white show.
Yeah.
On any given season, to your point, there ain't been no Negroes on the show.
Right.
And even when there are, it's scarce as compared to the size of the overall cast.
Right.
What was it like for you during that 5-year period being in that space as a black man? So it's clearly a white space, no question about that.
Yeah.
But how did you navigate that?
I've been in sketch and improv for a long time, coming from Chicago, and it was similar in that way. Now I ran a black sketch show on the South Side, Jokes and Notes, and we also performed on the North Side as well. And so it was just like as I was going through, I've always had goals for my stand-up and for my sketch, and once I started getting into sketch and improv, being one of the guys that could push the envelope in the art form that was notoriously known for white people to do, and just like make my name as a young black comic in that, and be able to do both of those things was really important to me. So it became a goal to go to that show and be able to put my stamp on it, so that if there were other young black sketch performers, they knew that they can come and use their voice in this way and be able to navigate that. So for me, it was just like a bigger stage from. It's always felt awkward. It always feels like you gotta like kind of fight for your voice a little bit. But there was also silly stuff I was learning, like little tricks of the trade from them too. So it was really about just collaborating and like standing up for your voice when you could. You know what I mean? And like I don't know. I always knew that I didn't own the space. That the space was not mine. I was there to get what I was there to get out of it and give what I can. Yeah. But it's not. This is not something I own. This ship's gonna move without me regardless. Yeah. So all I can do is try to like leave my footprints. Yeah. And leave my a little legacy behind.
Two other things, and I want to move this ship in this conversation. Two other things though. One. What did you learn being on that show for 5 seasons? Let me rephrase that. How did it discipline you? What did it teach you about discipline? Because it's a well-oiled machine, but to your point, it happens every single week. And my sense is that there must be a discipline that you learned there for 5 years that has aided and abetted you since that time.
Yeah, I mean, I have a discipline about work.
Right.
I there's no time frame that I really can't get something done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I like to work under pressure. I work a lot better under pressure, and it helps me stay organized. If I'm like getting some things, if I need to get a bunch of things done, I know how to prioritize stuff and get things done in a very short amount of time because we've had to for a long time. I've learned a lot about producing and just how to navigate people, bro. Like, because you're around a bunch of celebrities all the time, and some of them are like more comfortable to work with than not, and so you have.
That was nicely put.
Yeah. So you have to like kind of navigate people's egos. You gotta kind of navigate people's uncomfortabilities about doing certain things, like. I never had to like try to convince Lil Wayne to rap about something so dumb but until I got to that show, you know what I mean? And like, there were times where I had to call these rappers last minute because one couldn't make it, so I'm on the phone with a rapper trying to convince them about this. Hey man, I got this song about dogs. Would you love to rap? Would love you to rap. And they're doing a very cool thing. You know, their entire life is cooler than what I'm asking them to do. And so just to be able to navigate those tough conversations, get people to rap who aren't comfortable with it, or just like there's so many elements to the show that just prepare you to be able to work with anybody when you leave. Like there's nobody that really intimidates me as far as like. There's people I would get excited about and everything, but no one who I would be intimidated or I don't feel sure of myself of what I can bring to a situation in any workspace I go to, which that really helps solidify.
Here's my last question about your SNL years. The question of when to leave. And there are a couple of things here because I'm thinking about Keenan right now, who's been there like for 800 years. It's like, Jesus, man.
He's an institution within himself.
He is. I ain't mad at him, but he's been there forever.
Right.
But everybody has to know, what's the song say, you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them.
You got to.
When to walk away.
Yeah, got to.
When to run.
Yeah.
But that leads us to two questions. The first question is, how do you know, did you know when it was that time? And then there's the question of how you navigate beyond that. Because there are folk who've been on SNL. Opportunity of a lifetime, and we ain't heard from them since.
I know.
I can't tell you where they are.
That's the scary part.
It is. And then there are other people who've been on there who made their move at the right time, and their careers have continued to blossom. And many, like Eddie, obviously, who became bigger after SNL.
Yeah.
That's not everybody's story.
Can't nobody compare to Eddie.
And we know that. We know that. But there are folks who've had some pretty decent careers.
Absolutely.
Post SNL. So those are my two questions. I don't usually ask two at once. Let me ask both and get out of your way. When did you know the time was right for you to step away after 5 years on SNL? And what were your thoughts then about how you're going to navigate your career forward given that opportunity that you had?
Okay. When I got the job, I went in being like, I'm going to get this 3 years. And then I'm out of here.
Hold on. Let me just pause for a second.
Yeah.
I just love that sort of Negro attitude from the South Side of Chicago. This Negro is telling the white people, I'm going to give y'all 3 years. I'm gonna get it. No. Not I hope to have 3 years.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get this 3 years.
Now I was definitely worried about getting fired every day, but because I had never kept a job that long. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm gonna fuck this up. I know I am.
Yeah. He'll fix it.
Oh, thank you, bro.
He'll bleep it out. Go ahead.
I'm gonna mess this up. I know I am. But then after the imposter syndrome leaves, then it's like, all right, I'm gonna do this about 3 years, and then 3 years flies.
Yeah.
I won an Emmy, and I had no intention of doing that, and so I was like, oh, so it introduced me to a level in a life of creativity that I hadn't known before. So I was like, maybe 4 years, and then me and my best friends made a show that I'm super proud of called Bust Down. It's on Peacock, and it's unapologetically black. And after 4 years of fighting to get your thing on and creating in this tough little bubble that is SNL, I went and I made this incredibly funny black show with my friends. And I knew after we made that show, I was like, this is what I want to be doing for the next 10 years. Like, this kind of thing is what I want to do. Like, fighting for 2 minutes a week doesn't really feel like a longevity. So I knew that my time was, I knew then, I was like, all right, man. Although, I had fun on SNL. So I wasn't running to leave. But I'm just always aware of, like, my time as far as age, what I'm interested in, and if my heart's fully in something. And once we did that, I was like, dang, I think I need to. And then one of my partners from that, Jack Knight, passed away, and we had so many plans of what we wanted to create, so the thoughts of just like, man, missing out on who I want to create with outside of the show and the things I want to do past it. I just knew that I wasn't gonna be there like 6 or 7 years or nothing like that. So it ended up working out this 5 years, and as soon as I made the decision, which was pretty tough, Jordan Peele called like the day they announced I was off the show. He called my people and was like, "Let's work." And so I was like, "Yeah, I would have quit earlier, fam. You should have."
And as you know, it doesn't always work that way. You make a decision to leave, and you look out, and there ain't no safety net to catch you. You jump. And there ain't no safety net.
Yeah, I mean, and it still ain't no safety net. There are opportunities that I'm really grateful for, and everything does work slower outside of that show. So it's but I've been able to use my time pretty wisely, I think.
I think that's an understatement, and we'll talk about that part, as they say, when we come forward. Chris Redd had an amazing 5-year run on SNL, now celebrating 50 years on NBC, Saturday nights, late night, as you well know. But since that time, he's done some good work, including a new series called Resurrected Rides on Netflix. We'll talk about that and a great deal more with Chris Redd when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
More of Tavis Smiley when we come forward.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The Biden administration is announcing another round of student debt relief. The Department of Education says borrowers who have at least one outstanding federal student loan will soon be getting an email letting them know about potential upcoming relief. Today at the Paris Olympics, African-American star LeBron James and the U.S. men's basketball team will square off with South Sudan in hopes of gaining a 2-game lead. The U.S. women's soccer team will play Australia. A Missouri woman is suing a Kansas hospital for denying an emergency abortion. In the suit, Melissa Farmer says she went into premature labor at 18 weeks and was told by the Kansas hospital of the risks she faced if she didn't have an abortion, but was still turned away. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
It's Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Save up to 60% on a wide selection of quality mattresses at every price. Plus, score a free adjustable base with a qualifying purchase. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The U.S. men's Olympic basketball team is back on the court today in Paris. Second round matchup against South Sudan, a country that got its name and independence only 11 years ago. Do not sleep on the players from this small African nation. There are several players on the South Sudan roster with NBA and NCAA experience. South Sudan point guard Carlik Jones was the G League Player of the Year last season. They've got an 18-year-old 7'2" center named Kaman Malouch, who's going to Duke in the fall. LeBron's agent Rich Paul has already introduced himself to Malouch. These two teams have played each other already. In an exhibition game July 20th in London, South Sudan lost by only 1 point. The rematch today is on the Olympic stage and should draw a huge TV audience. You can catch the game live at noon on the USA and Peacock networks. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Ray Richardson, your sports connection here at KBLA Talk 1580. Join me and my co-host Neil Scarborough every Saturday night at 7 for Out of Bounds, the show that brings some flavor to the world of sports for 60 minutes. We take you beyond the scores and press conferences. We give you our point of view, the way black folks see what's going down. You can join the conversation and give us your analysis at 1-800-920-1580. Out of Bounds every Saturday night at 7 on KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
You like the style, though.
It's Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Save up to 60% on a wide selection of quality mattresses at every price. Plus, score a free adjustable base with a qualifying purchase. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm today.
You've got a pecto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute. Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories.
Let's go, Dad!
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you can start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now. at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Febreze.
Fabric Talk.
Hey, it's me, your couch. Today's my favorite day of the week, Febreze Fabric Spray Day. The occasional deep cleans are nice, but in between, you know I'm needing a refresh. Ooh, here she comes with the Febreze Fabric Spray. Oh yeah, spritz them armrests. Don't be shy. Nothing like a good spray down to get me smelling so fresh and clean. Don't forget my back. Nice. Febreze Fabric Spray. It's just that easy. Now we can both breathe happy. Febreze. La 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 la.
Let's get back to more of Tavis Smiley right now.
More of Tavis Smiley and Chris Redd right now as we celebrate 50 years of SNL. We're spending some time over the summer talking to a number of SNL alums and some folks still on the show. But we're pleased to have Chris Redd and talking about his 5 years. Now I want to get to the part of what happens after that. Like, how do you do that and remain relevant? Because a whole lot of folk have done that. And as I said earlier, we ain't heard from him since. But Chris has been as busy as ever since his days, his 5 years on SNL, including a Netflix show called Resurrected Rides. Give me the trailer, Miles.
Look, we've all had an old beat-up ride. One that's hard to say goodbye to. Or maybe every car you ever had's been trashed. Well, Chris Redd is here to save the day. We're next to Wing Dutchman. Caught up! Yo! Hey, Rui! Hey! What's up, Aaron? What happened?
This guy hit me, but he was really cute.
So you a sucker. Never seen back window have the disease. Damn, right, you right.
It'll get wet in here and it like steams up.
How do you live like this? It really does smell in there. This is what we call the kidnap contraption. With the best garage team in the world.
What's up, Princess Peach?
They're gonna help me resurrect some rides with their special talents. I'm thinking Mad Max style.
Nifty glow-in-the-dark paint.
Something's got to do whoop whoop.
So that was a whole lot of sound effects.
Made sense to me.
You ready to see this thing?
Yes.
Hit it!
Is that actually my baby right there?
It is, baby! Do you remember the Ninja Turtle toy van? Let's run this thing. You're in the hole, baby! That is so dumb.
I'm laughing because I can actually see the trailer. The audience just hears the trailer. Tell me, Chris Redd, about Resurrected Rides on Netflix.
Yeah, man. So the creator of Pimp My Ride and my home dog and genius director and producer Michael Dare came to me and was like, "Hey, would you like to host the show, host the Pimp My Ride reboot?" And I was like, "Yeah." Here's a couple things though. I don't want to put no fish tanks, no fondue fountains, in no Honda Civics, bro. I'm not doing that. We gotta make it sensible, bro, because I heard about them lawsuits and I do not have the money to cover those. And it's like, and it gotta be funny. And they were like, they really wanted to make the reboot feel a lot like it was my vibe mixed with like actual stuff that that's gonna really help people's lives. Mm-hmm. And so I think we made something cool, man. I think we made something fun. It's like 8 episodes. We top 6 on the top 10 on Netflix right now.
There
you know
you
what I'm saying? So run them numbers up.
There you go.
I'm trying to get a season 2. I got DMs full of people sending me pictures of they tow up rides, and I'm like, hey, just watch the show, get a season 2, and then you can send this to somebody who can help you.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm just gonna roast it, and nothing's gonna make you feel good about that. But keep on sending the DMs. You know what I'm saying? I love them. I like to read all your stories. They're really dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fun, man. It's like we have the elements of Pimp My Ride. It feels real nostalgic in that way, but we definitely have a lot more sensible customizations.
Yeah.
The people in the garage team are brilliant. We have some stars in that garage team. They all are so awesome and they do incredible work. And it's funny. And we did that sound effect was it sounded like a fart, but it was a pizza shooter I put on top of somebody's van.
Yeah.
It's very useless. But the van runs without the pizza shooter. I should let y'all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
Let me just ask you. I don't want to put too much on this, But my sense is, and I can be wrong. If I'm wrong, you can feel free to disabuse me of this notion. But my sense is that here's a show that's fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
You put your own funk on it, your own flavor on it.
Yeah.
And yet at the end of the day, you are helping people with a car that is more functional, that lasts longer, that runs faster and harder.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what I'm getting at here. I love doing work that actually matters.
Yeah.
If you can have fun around it, that's cool too.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you're helping people with their cars.
Yeah, man. I love helping people. That's been
Yeah.
a part of my DNA for as long as I have been alive. And so that was a huge part of it, is making sure that the heart was there.
Sure.
And even watching the show back now, I'm like, I would have roasted a couple of them less if I had known how sweet they were going in. Like, but I think we had a pretty healthy balance of it. But yeah, man, like helping people out is what's resonated with a lot of people. That people want to be on season 2 so bad.
I'm sure.
And I love to see that. And we need more shows that are just fun and positive. There's so much going on in the world that's important that you need to be paying attention to, obviously. But you can't do that 24 hours a day. You need a little something, little break, little leisure time, little heartfelt, some heartfelt funnies, and I think we deliver that.
When Pimp My Ride was running the first time around, I was driving a bucket then.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show and have dreams. And man, I wish they could get hold of my car.
I swear.
I wish I get my car.
Oh, I did too.
In the line for Pimp My Ride.
I swear.
And I was like, I don't even need all that. I don't need the fish tank. I
just want an engine that don't hum.
Exactly.
I just want a radio that works.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need nothing.
That was me. My requests were basic and simple. I didn't need all the stripes down the side and all the wildfire colors. I didn't need all that. Can you pimp my ride just a little bit? Like maybe a pimpette. I don't need a full pimp.
I just need an introduction pimp.
There you go.
I don't need a full length.
That's
pimping,
it. That's it. All right, so that's Resurrected Rides on a series on Netflix. But here's what I want to get to.
Yeah.
Lil Birdie told me.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Birdie told me that somebody is joining the cast of Power Book 3: Raising Kanan.
Yeah, man.
Is that true?
It is true, man.
Oh, Lord.
For the past about a year, we've been shooting that season. I think season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And man, first of all, my favorite show in the Power universe right now. Shout out to other shows. I have a bunch of friends on other shows, and they're good. But this one is so fire, and I felt so lucky to be on there. I don't know how much I can say about the character. I mean, they say kind of what my character is. I play this character, Early Tyler.
What's the name?
Early Tyler.
Okay.
And I'm a hustler, and I'm a good friend as long as
a hustler whose first name is Early.
Early. Yeah. So that's how you got to show up early.
I get it. I love that. A hustler whose first name is Early.
Because you got to get it early.
There you go.
You know what I mean? We didn't put that line in the show. Maybe we should.
You should use that.
Man.
You should use that.
It's already done.
I like that line, man.
Yeah, but the role was super dope. It's an important role for the show, I think.
Yeah.
And you can't miss me, and I'm really excited for people to see it. It's a cool little.
And that's all you can say.
Yeah, so I can
ain't trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah,
I just want to tee it up.
Sasha hit me up like, "Come on."
There you go.
Come on, bro.
Wendell Pierce was just on the show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That dude, man.
Yeah.
I love Wendell, period.
Yeah.
But his character and his girl. Dude. I mean, there's so many great characters on that series. Period.
There really are, man. They have such great actors. The story is amazing.
Yeah.
It keeps you on your toes. I was in there like, please don't let me die every day, and the writers are like, we don't know yet.
Yeah, you were like, don't let me die early.
Yeah. Please let me die late.
Yeah, there you go.
Late Tyler.
His name is Chris Redd. There is. I was talking to who was I talking to? Barbara Boxer, former California senator.
Yeah.
When she retired from the Senate, representing California, Kamala Harris got her seat.
Right.
She endorsed Kamala for that seat. Kamala won and took the seat that Barbara Boxer once held. And we were talking yesterday about the fact that there's life after politics.
Right.
Too many folk don't want to leave the stage. Joe Biden didn't want to leave the stage.
No, he did not.
Yeah, but Barbara Boxer was telling me yesterday that there is life after politics, and what Chris Redd points out is that there is life after SNL.
Yeah,
this brother's busy.
It's a big jump
Yeah.
that scares everybody,
Yeah.
including myself.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how it was going to all shake out.
Yeah.
I just knew that. Look, I got here. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, from hustling and putting the work in. So all I can do is continue to put the work in, and hopefully that those building blocks create a legacy outside of that show.
You got there early, and it's still working. So
Hey, I got some more stuff to do, man.
Yeah, you had earned the name before you even knew it.
You know what I mean?
Chris Red's our guest. More with Chris Red on Tavis Smiley when we come forward.
You're listening to Tavis Smiley. Tavis Smiley. Ranked number 45 on the Heavy 100 list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Tavis is like George and Wheezy. He's moving on up. Last year, Tavis was number 45 on the Talkers Magazine list of the 100 most important radio talk show hosts in America. Wait for it. Wait for it. The 2024 list was recently released, and Tavis has jumped to number 33 on the list of the nation's most important talkers, making him the highest-ranked African-American on the coveted roster. Congratulations to Tavis Smiley from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. We've got you black.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% APR on all 2024 Silverado 1500, Blazer EV, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Colorado models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 17.0%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/31/24.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
He's rooting for everybody black. More of Tavis Smiley coming your way right now.
Boy, Tavis Smiley and Chris Red coming your way. Chris got jokes, y'all. He was just telling. What did you just say to me a moment ago?
I said I've been a fan of this man since he had a high top fade, boy, in the night suits on the BET desk. Boy, what you mean?
Yeah, you took me back on that. I said, not the high top fade on the BET day, on the BET desk. That is hilarious. That's funny. What's not so funny is something you said earlier that I want to go back to right quick, and I don't want to put up on you. If I am, tell me and I'll back up. But you mentioned earlier in this conversation that your friend Jack Knight, passed away. And I kind of scribbled that down when you said it because I wanted to try to sort of get back to it because I never know where these questions are going to take me. But if Jack was a part of your crew, and I assume that he must have been around your age, you went right past that real quick. Can you tell me a bit more about Jack?
Yeah, man. He was like a little brother to me in comedy. We met years ago at the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal. It's where I met me and another one of my best friends, Langston Kerman. And then when we came back to L.A., he introduced us to Sam J, and we've been a crew ever since. And that was years ago. I mean, at this point, maybe 7 years ago, 7, 8. years ago, and he's just been gone 2 years. I say 1 year, but it's felt like it hasn't felt as long as it's been.
Yeah.
But yeah, he killed himself 2 years ago.
He killed himself.
Yeah. He was going through some things. I know we used to talk about. I have depression, anxiety, and ADHD.
You do.
Yeah. And in the past 3 or 4 years in therapy, I've been trying to work through that and really coming to terms with what that is and what that means. And I used to have conversations with him all the time about that.
He's a black guy, Jack was.
Yeah,
African American.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very impulsive, and he was just in a bad place. I think if he had, I like to think that there'd be situations in which he would have made that decision, but we miss him every day. He was a big part of the reason why Bust Down is that was a show that was so good.
Yeah.
It was because a large in part of him and Langston's work while me and Sam were on SNL, and he just held us down a lot. So we truly miss him.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you, Chris, for indulging that question. I'm listening all the time. I believe that charitable listening and generous listening is what makes for a great conversation. So I'm listening to these things, and you mentioned, and you kind of moved past that. So let me just go back to that to see what I missed about his friend Jack dying, and I thought there might be something there. And I'm glad I asked, and I'm glad you indulged it because black men are killing themselves at a faster clip than anybody else in this country. And
sad,
to say I'm troubled by it doesn't do justice to it. It's troubling, it's disturbing, it's horrific. And I've had any number of conversations about it on this program. We'll continue to have conversations as necessary until we bring those numbers down. But I'm always concerned about the families of persons who make that decision and their friends, because you got to navigate your way through that. And if you're that close, then it obviously does something to you. And then to hear your own admission about what you have struggled with and being in therapy about that, I think that answer is both instructive and informative for those who are fans of yours, including myself. So thank you for that, for taking that question.
Oh, no problem.
When we come forward, our remaining moments with Chris Redd on Tavis Smiley.
Seeking the truth, speaking the truth. This is the Tavis Smiley Show.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada, member FDIC.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
More honesty than you can handle. More empowerment than you can imagine. You're tuned in to Tavis Smiley.
Tavis Smiley and Chris Redd, who has had quite the career post his 5 years on SNL. We started this conversation almost an hour ago talking about the 50th anniversary of SNL and his tenure on that program. But I repeat again, there is life after SNL, and Chris Redd is Exhibit A in that regard. So it's not just Resurrected Rides on Netflix. It's not just what I can't wait to see, Power Book 3, Raising Canaan. But you still on the road doing your stand-up thing, man.
I am, man. I'm still telling jokes. It's been the backbone of my comedic voice. I was doing it all through SNL as well, but it's nice now to get some sleep.
Yeah.
When I'm going out to do shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm headed to St. Louis to the Helium Club tomorrow. I'm really excited to go back home. I shot my special Why Am I Like This, which is on Max right now. Please watch. Yeah, I'm glad to be going back
to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, absolutely, man, and show them I got new jokes.
Yeah,
and then headed to Kansas City after that for the weekend. So please get y'all tickets. Come on out and hang with your boy.
Yeah. What is it of all the things that you do? The writing, the producing, the acting, the sketch. What is it about the stand-up that still turns you on?
Man, it's the connection with the people. It's the joke telling. It's being able to use everything I've learned, because now I improvise in my stand up. The storytelling, this is character work. Just being able, the pressure of having to rely on only me. You know what I mean? Because like people can cut you out of all kind of things. You know, you go to do a show, they can cut your lines down, but you can't cut me on my own stuff. I said stuff.
Yeah, he's looking at Miles and let him know I did not say the other S word.
I didn't say the other S word that I really want to say so bad.
Hey, you got 2 shows this weekend. You can get it out this weekend.
Yeah, you right.
You can cuss all you want to this weekend because can't nobody cut you off.
Absolutely.
In your stand-up.
Nobody control my stand-up. That's mine.
Yeah, but while you in here, me and Miles do we have to do.
Because there are fines. And again, I do not have the money to help.
That makes 2 of us. So I'm glad you were rather well behaved today, Chris Redd. Thank you for that. I am ChrisRedd.com. I am Chris Redd. Y'all know 2 D's, REDD.
Yes, sir.
I am ChrisRedd.com. I am ChrisRedd.com. Did I say I am ChrisRedd.com? All the details of his stand-up shows this weekend in St. Louis, Kansas City, and beyond. Chris Redd, what an honor to have you on this program. Thank you for coming in studio, and we were blessed to have you on SNL for those 5 years. I wish that they've gotten better over the years, but that multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic thing matters.
Yeah.
And they're finding their way. But for you to have been there for 5 years was a great blessing for us. Congratulations on that and everything else you're doing, man. Come see us again.
Oh, I definitely will. Anytime, man. Thank you guys so much for having me. This is a blast.
My great honor. More of Tavis Smiley when we come forward.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm